So I already did a video on the best slasher movies that are currently on Shudder right now. If you want to go watch that, the link is going to be in the description below. Now I know not everyone has a Shudder account, but most of us have Netflix, whether it be your own account or the one you secretly mooch off of your friend's mom. Yes, I know some people do that. My friend does it to me. we well, good news for you. If you have Netflix, you can still watch some horror movies this holiday season that aren't cruddy. Now let's get to the list. The Babysitter. If you've watched literally any of my videos so far, you know I love Samara Weaving, and she is amazing in this movie. This movie is fun and campy in a good way, but also serious because it deals with the idea of growing up. It's very like a coming of age story in its own sense. The characters are always there with a stupidly witty thing to say, and though some moments can feel a bit stale, the movie as a whole is a great watch. It's got some serious Home Alone vibes that I also really love, and the cast is really great. Like I said, Samara Weaving, it also has Bella Thorne in it. You'd be surprised, she's actually really good in horror movies. For the second movie, it's Hubie Halloween. This is a new movie on Netflix, and it is hilarious. My girlfriend, who hates horror movies, suggested this to me, and it's great for horror movie lovers and horror movie weenies. By that, I mean those people who can't stand a horror movie or can't stomach it. It's great for both of you alike. It's got some great references to classic horror movies, and the lead actor is probably one of my favorite comedians ever. Adam Sandler both stars in this movie and had a part in writing it. So if you want a healthy dose of comedy with your Halloween movies this year, I definitely recommend this one. Now, our third pick is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. This movie has a much more serious tone and it is much darker. There's no real comedy here, so it's not for the faint of heart. But it's a great watch if you want a terrifyingly eerie movie for Halloween with a very interesting plot. And now, keep in mind, it doesn't have the best of cheerful endings, but when does any serious movie like this really do? Next on the list is Unfriended. This movie gets a lot of bad rep for being boring or predictable, but I think it's a fun watch with a lot of cool scare tactics and interesting kills. It's a good watch if you want something different. Like, I love the concept of only having the movie be 100% virtual. It's very interesting, very different. At the same time, it annoys a lot of people, so if it's not your cup of tea, don't give it a watch. But if it is something that interests you, I definitely recommend. Now, our next movie is Silence of the Lambs. This is a classic, obviously. A great watch if you're looking for something more psychological. It's very psychological. The movie has a highly intelligent killer and a very interesting plot. So if you want a good classic, go for Silence of the Lambs. Next on my list is Hush. This is a great take on a slasher movie. The main character is deaf, so she has an interesting struggle with the killer throughout the movie, and it's so fascinating to watch and very suspenseful and intense because we don't really hear anything the whole movie because the movie is playing out from her perspective. I don't want to spoil it because it really is something you should watch on your own, but it is very, very cool and interesting and very different. Now, the last movie on my list, and by far these are not the come all be all of Netflix horror. There are still some great ones on there, but these are just picks that I suggest to you for the spooky season if you really want to watch something fun. This one especially, The Evil Dead. It's a classic, and The Evil Dead's a great watch. It's very gory though, so if you're not into that kind of stuff, don't watch it. Also, if you have trigger issues with sexual assault, you should not watch this movie at all. There's one scene, if you've ever seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It has some disturbing content, but if you're okay with that, then this is a great classic for you to check out. I hope you enjoyed this short list and maybe found a new movie to check out this spooky season. If you have your own suggestions, leave them in the comments below. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and sub and click that notification bell if you like horror content and want some more. And give this video a like to let me know you enjoyed it. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Until next time.